Jimmy Johnson obviously feeling very under the weather as he climbed from his car and was helped by medical personnel. And we get more from Vince Welch. Vince.
Alan, Jimmy got out of the car under his own power, and when he climbed from the car, he immediately sat down, seeming very dehydrated. And in fact, at one point even laid down on his back beside the car. The crew members that were there beside the car with him actually lifted him up and kind of held him up as he stood by the car, and then was obviously very faint, went back down, and at that point they called for medical help. Several crew members literally picked Jimmy up and carried him over the wall to the stretcher, the mobile stretcher that was there that you saw him on. They loaded him up, brought him here to the medical center, and we're awaiting further word.
There you see the car of Tony Stewart. Marty, what's the latest?
Hey guys, Tony just does not feel up to it tonight, I don't think. He has asked J.J. Yaley to get his uniform on. It was sort of last minute. They did not plan this. In fact, Greg Zipadelli said, "Are you sure you want to do this? We're really doing this." He said, "Yep, I've already done it on my end, so you better get them ready." And Greg Zipadelli has gotten J.J. Yaley ready behind the pit box. What they're going to do, take care of the driver first. J.J. Yaley getting his Hans device on right now. Take care of the driver first, get Tony out, get J.J. Yaley in. Then they'll likely make a second pit stop, trying to get him better. He said the car's a little bit tight. Obviously, they have a fast car that can win this race. They're going to try to get JJ in as quickly as they can and Tony out as quickly and safely as they can as well. Jeff Gordon said he loves his car, Ralph, especially on those long runs. Steve Letarte is going to make an air pressure adjustment on that car. Also, Mark Martin said his car is a little bit too loose down around the track bar. You see inside Tony Stewart's car, he comes out, does not feel well. As we mentioned, JJ Yaley into the race car. Stewart has all of his belts unbuckled, was ready to get out of the car when they came to a stop here on pit road. Jason Shapiro there helping get buckled in for J.J. Yaley, and a couple of other guys trying to get J.J. buckled into the car. Matt?
Well, Kyle Busch almost collapsed when he got to that synthetic turf, got out of his car. You could tell that it was a toll on him today.
Yeah, Jeff and I have been there. These wreck cars, you talk about the crush panels going out, the heat goes up inside the car, the carbon monoxide, it's just a horrible feeling, and you can see the medical crew there with Kyle. Sometimes you feel like you can't breathe, just a terrible situation to be in. You have to admire this man for staying in there, gutting out, doing what he had to do, but you could see the exhaustion there.
We saw a smile on Kyle Busch's face. He's able to stand up, walk around, and that is a great sight after we saw how exhausted he looked laying on the turf.
If he makes another lap, then they can't add fuel to the car, so he's got to come in here, Benny.
Come on, you're 10 away here, DJ, right in front of the 41. Come on in here. Come on, right here.
All right, Dave, go ahead.
Here they go. The three guys going in the car. On the other side, Jay Guarneri hopped in through the window. B. Hoover will jump in and help Martin Truex jump in. But Big Jeff Clark is now helping Junior out of the car. He's the gas man, helps Junior get out. Gas man for the team, Bill Snyder, will fuel the car. You heard him discussing the understanding of the lucky dog rule. They must fuel now because they can't come in later and do it. Now Truex is in the car. They will try to buckle him in. Again, the team helping him, and Martin trying to do what he can, but Guarneri on the other side doing most of the buckling. Window net and belts have to be tightened, or the NASCAR officials look at him looking in the car, making sure that he is safe to re-enter the speedway. They say that he is, they don't stand before him, and he leaves. They beat the pace car out.
Man, the crowd is loving all this drama on pit road with a driver change.
So, now if he got everything attached, he'll stay out, but if he needs to come in, he's got some time. Make sure everything is connected, especially the radio.
You did a good job, man. P26 will be better at Michigan.
Guys, we need guys.
Hey, let's sit down.
Sit.
Heck of a way to start my weekend and heck of a way to end my weekend, passing out. Pat myself on the back for that. Thought I had the right mindset going into it. This is a wonderful day for me, a wonderful day for the sport.
There's the 18 car of Kyle Busch coming down, and David Gilliland. If you just joined our coverage, Kyle's had the flu, had the strep throat early in the week, had to get out of the Nationwide car yesterday and put Denny Hamlin in. And now David Gilliland, who started another car, it's already parked in the garage area.
4,700. 12 will be 10 away for you. They're stacking up here. 10 away. Yeah, 47.
They will count Kyle
3,
down.
2, 1. Straight foot on the brake.
See, first priority is getting the driver change done.
Take the right side window out so they can help unhook and rehook the driver.
Kyle was running 23rd when that caution came out.
As Tim Brewer told you, they'll have a NASCAR official on both sides of the car once the driver is in to make sure all the belts are secure and tight.
Bubba, the start of this race today was very impactful for many reasons.
Get at it. Get at it.
What did it mean to you to see everybody come together and recognize and take a moment of listening? You okay? He's not okay.
Yep, I think we're going to allow Bubba to catch his breath here. Welcome back to Atlanta Motor Speedway. Bubba Wallace is okay, being tended to by medical personnel there, but you see he is okay.
What's the emotion when you finally get back to victory lane like this?
This feels good to win. You know, it feels good to, everybody, these people that work so hard, it feels good to get them in victory lane and show that we can do it if things go our way.
You can tell he's exhausted and cramping up. He had mentioned the cramping earlier. He needed some fluids, so no fluids in him, but obviously this is going to be a big celebration for Kasey Kahne. He and his sister Shannon moved here to Indianapolis, Rick, years ago to start his sprint car career. So this is going to be an emotional day and an emotional win for Kasey Kahne.
He referenced his son Tanner. Tanner just a year and a half old. Kasey Kahne's going to take some drinks. We've seen this so many times. The driver at the end of a race at Indianapolis sits down next to his car because he's so exhausted, so completely drained. It's been a long day. It was a warm day. Keith Rodden there helping him out, the winning crew chief.
So you hear the communication on track, and here's the 99. He wrecked early, perhaps more problems for the point leader, Marty.
Well, Adam, he's going to come here and shut the car off. Carl has been driving the last 15 laps or so without a crush panel on the right rear of the car.
And now we got trouble.
Actually, physically got sick inside the car, and there's caution on the track, Adam.
Yeah, Dave Blaney into the wall. Guy led 21 laps at Talladega. He brings out our third caution of the night.
And guys, just to finish up, Carl Edwards will stay inside the car. He asked Bob Osborne to actually physically hose down the inside of the car. Bob Osborne said, we will not do that, but we will clean the inside of the car for you. Carl will stay in. He asked for some ice bags, also some water. But Wally and Kyle, you can imagine driving without that crush panel for 15 laps. Carl really not feeling well inside that car.
Boy, I tell you what, this is a big break for Kyle Busch. Denny Hamlin is ready, and they will get to do this under yellow.
Yeah, this will be a big break for Justin Allgaier, too.
Yes, sir.
Get in here and get that car fixed.
Yeah, he is 18th right now. Stephen Wallace is 9th. That's the 18 radio we're listening to.
Yes, before it opens. If we're coming, we got to come right now.
There's Kevin Harvick, Clint Boyer. Biffle peels off Edwards, but we're going to stay right here because this obviously very important.
Make sure it's shut off. Make sure it's shut off, okay?
Vince?
Well, you heard Jason Ratcliffe in the communication with his team members, just complimenting Kyle Busch on not being able to see anybody get out of the car that quick, so Kyle did that very effortlessly. Now Denny Hamlin is in. As noted, there's not any changes inside the car that are necessary, not a change of the steering wheel or the belts. Everything will remain the same with Denny Hamlin.
On that last caution, Austin Dillon had to be helped from his car because of extreme heat from the crush panels that had been knocked in when he lost a tire at the very start of the race. So Dillon being aided there, and that car has gone behind the wall.
It's a tough, exhausting race under normal circumstances, but breathing in those fumes, losing all those fluids.
And this is live, just walking Austin back and trying to get him some oxygen and some fluids.